following is a presentation of GRS-TV.
We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shine. We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shine.
Week 3 of district action continues tonight. We've got a rivalry game tonight. We've got the Rowlett Eagles versus the Garland Owls at Williams Stadium. Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Reeves. I'm joined by my partner, Bobby George. Bobby, I'll tell you what, this is going to be an interesting game tonight. You know, Rowlett comes in, they're 0-4 on the season, 0-2 in district play. Garland, you've got the flip of that. They're 3-1 overall, 2-0 in district play. So you've got the team in the lead, the team on the bottom. But I'll tell you what, these two teams are closer than what people think. Rowlett, both of their losses have come, very minimal. Saxey there, the waning moments of that game. They lost to Naaman Forest the first week of district play by about 10 points. So again, a better team than people think. This is going to be a good contest tonight.
They are, but you cannot lose this game because you can't go 0-3 in district and expect to make it to a playoffs. I mean, it's going to be a very tough road if that happens. And the problem we've seen with Rowlett, it looks like they spread it all out like they're going to be a throwing team, yet they don't throw the ball. They become one-dimensional, and they run, constantly run. I mean, that is 95% of their offense. So the Owls can stack that box and get 9 guys in there to stop that run. It's pretty easy, but much more simple to game plan against a team that goes in the spread and then they're one-dimensional. And Garland Owls, man, we've seen it in the past. The Owls will come out with nothing but sophomores, and they'll play for 3 years together, and then they have this crazy great team as seniors. And it's the same thing now. They're all sophomores, and they're just building from ground up, some young guys coming in, and you'll see almost every one of their main players are sophomores.
Garland won the opening toss. They deferred to the second half, so the Eagles will receive first, and we are set for kick and are underway. It's a high, deep kick. It's going to be taken at around the 3-yard line. That is number 8 for the Eagles, trying to get outside to the left. He's going to try to break containment, but boy, the Garland Owls swarm on him, dropping him at around the 15, and that's where the Eagles will start first and 10.
What beautiful night here tonight as well. And, the September air is starting to come in. Even though it got like a 95 degrees today, it feels a little different. The humidity's down a little bit. Feels cooler outside, especially in the evening. A beautiful time for football.
Yeah, great night, as you said. And one thing to watch for when Rowlett's on offense, Garland, perhaps their best player defensively, Chauncey Carter, he's not playing tonight. And he's, kind of the leader of that secondary. And Rowlett likes to throw the football, so it's going to be interesting to see how they replace Carter tonight. And here we go, Rowlett on offense first. There's the snap. It's going to be a fake handoff, a quick throw out, and then a quick tackle out there. Boy, a nice play on the outside by the corner. That is number 15 for the Owls, Michael Landon.
Yeah, just a quick toss out there to Laura. Get it out there quick, get your arm warmed up, get your guys involved in the game. The Owls came up knowing exactly what was going to happen right there. I tell you, Ellison's in there at quarterback tonight. 47 attempts, 29 of 47, 406 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the year coming in.
And Ellison takes a snap. He's going to throw it. They're looking deep for number 7. That is James Okolo. Coverage out there by number 33. I see no flags on the play. It was Jeremiah Richardson.
Well, Ellison put that ball right on the money, and Okolo was open.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to one-hand that ball. Bobby, I'm not sure if he had his other, arm tied up. Maybe Richardson there, kind of had him where he couldn't get that other arm extended. But watch this and see if he doesn't try to catch this one-handed.
Yeah, go up with 2 hands. You catch that ball.
So 3rd down and 11. The fake handoff, another throw outside, and boy, the Owls swarm. Number 19, Corey Kirkling. He's going to lose yardage. It's going to be 4th down and long.
Kirkland, one of their main guys. He's come in with 17 catches, 223 yards, 3 touchdowns. Plays that outside receiver. Oh, and he takes a big hit. Ellison does, is late, actually. Could have got a flag there.
Well, you see number 8, James Holmes, the defensive end for the Owls, would get off the block that time and come outside to make the tackle. So 4th down, about 16 here. Rowlett punting from their own end zone. The kick is away. It's going to bounce at around the 44, and then it's going to go out of bounds right at midfield. So the Owls going to have great field position to start on offense. And a quick 3 and out for Rowlett.
They had their opportunities. They had that fly down the sideline that was Kirkland was, or let's see, who was that that missed that ball there? Acola. But they had their opportunities there. They were lucky to be able to punt the ball all the way to the 50-yard line, though. I mean, he's kicking it out of his end zone.
Yeah, good kick for Rowlett there. So the sophomore quarterback, Jaden Norwood, on the field for the Owls. He's going to hand it off here to Keontae King outside. And a gain of about 4 yards on that 1st down carry. That was right between the guard and tackle. And there's a look at the senior for the Owls, Keontae King.
Yeah, King comes into the game last year. He had 99 carries, almost 1,000 yards, almost 10 yards per carry.
They're going deep here. A little bit of incidental contact. There is a penalty flag. I think that was a free play, Bobby. It looked like Rowlett perhaps jumped offside. So that may be a free play and why you saw Norwood take the deep shot.
Yeah, why not? You know, I was watching some pro games this weekend, and they would jump offside, and then the quarterback would never throw it deep. And I was like, they teach this in high school. Every time somebody jumps, they'll throw it deep because there's there's only going to help you.
Right.
Get a touchdown, a pass interference, whatever it is. Even if it's an interception, it doesn't even matter.
So 2nd down and 1 after the penalty yardage marked off. There's a snap to Norwood. He's going to hand it off to King to the right side again. He's going to pick up the 1st down all the way to the 37, and that should be enough to move the chains. We take a look at King there as we look at the replay.
He's powerful. He's a 185-pound back, 5'10", strong.
Yeah, King, one of the few returning starters on offense, and really the only skill position player they have returning. So, you know, you figure for the Owls, he's going to get a lot of the workload. He takes a draw here, cuts it to the outside, picks up a block, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 20 all the way down to about the 18-yard line. A nice call there on the draw play.
Well, it was a patient draw play. He sat there way late. I mean, it took like a second. Watch this, how long? Oh, okay, now I'm going to hand it to you. And boy, King shows how he can do that hop jump move. He just makes people miss.
Got double stacked on the wide receivers. There's a snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Norwood rolls to his right. Oh, makes a nice inside cut. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on that carry. Boy, I tell you, Rowlett had it played well. He was right there, but you saw Norwood make that quick inside cut to get away from the would-be tackler.
Yeah, he's got 57 carries for 336 yards. Whoop, see you later. Take that hip and take it from him. I mean, he runs the ball. He's 5.8 yards per carry this year.
Another handoff to King. Big hole, cuts it back inside. He is inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal, Garland at the 4.
Boy, Rowlett needs to, you know, practice a little bit on that defense. They're playing touch tackle out there. Watch this. Just a nice move here, making people miss.
Norwood keeps it himself, tries to get outside. He's in a lot of trouble here. He's going to lose yardage. A great play that time by the Eagles, number 5, Jaden Ellis. And a loss of about 6 yards all the way back to the 10.
From the 10.
Sometimes you got to just throw the ball away, and you wouldn't have lost 4 yards. That's a sophomore mistake there.
And off to King, coming to the left side. Still pushing, still going. Still moving, and I think he's down to the 1. That's a 9-yard run for Keontae King. Wow, what a tough run there, Bobby. He, you know, the contact started around the 6-yard line, and he just kind of kept moving there, kept those legs going, and got all the way to the 1.
Yeah, watch here. He just gets in here, keep driving, and then all of a sudden you start getting your big guys to come in and help you. You see 44, and all those guys come push you.
Boy, that's going to cost the Owls there. They have a 3rd and goal at the 1, but a legal procedure penalty is going to move them back to the 6.
that's a tough one because they like to use number 12 right here, Nathan Mitchell. He sits in that slot, and he'll just kind of move a little bit, and then he'll be the lead blocker for King. See him right there in the slot? They'll run right behind him.
They're going to hand it off to King, trying to get outside. Got some good blocking. He's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. One difference in the Owls' offensive line this year, they are really big up front. And you add in the aforementioned Mitchell, as you said, Bobby, and they've got a lot of size on that offensive line.
They made it look easy. They just drove straight down. I'm trying to think, did they throw a pass that whole series?
Well, the only pass they threw was the one on the free play.
The free play, yeah.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So our score, 7:25 remaining in the first quarter. Garland 7, Rowlett nothing. We'll be back after these messages. Look at number 6, Keontae King, who did most of the damage on that drive for the Owls. They take the early 7-0 lead. We are set for kickoff, and another high, deep kick. This one's headed towards the end zone. They're just going to let it go about 5 yards deep, and that will be a touchback. The Eagles will start 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Yeah, that last possession started on the 50-yard line, and they just marched it straight down the field, all running the whole time, and just power runs. They spread you out, but then they have the slot, number 12, Nathan Mitchell, lead blocking, and it turns into, a good running game. You got to know what you are as an offense. You have to know and try to figure out what your guys can do best, and then you follow that, and usually it turns out pretty well.
Snap to Ellison. He's going to hand off to Crow. Crow is trapped in the backfield. He's going to be dropped for another loss. Well, just negative play after negative play here early on for the Eagles. That's a loss of 5.
Brazil makes the stop.
See Gabe Williams right there.
Backs him up 5.
Gets in the backfield
15.
early.
Boy, with authority. Big loss of play.
The 6'1", 230-pound junior. 2nd down and 15 now for the Eagles. Snap to Ellison. Play action here. He's going to throw it across. He's got a man out there, but boy, they just miscommunicated. He was looking for 17. Trey Long, Bobby, and that time Long came across the middle, and it looked like Ellison thought he was going to keep outside down the seam.
Down 15 for the Eagles.
Yeah, he runs a post, and I think he thought he was going to run the flag. Right here, you'll see. Coming right through the middle right there. He broke inside. I think Ellison was expecting to break outside there.
So 3rd down and 15 here for the Eagles. Snap to Ellison. Straight drop back. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out here. Oh, and he can't hold on. Number 19, Corey Kirkling. It may have been a little underthrown that time, Bobby, but Kirkling should have got that one.
Yeah, that's the second one we've seen them go deep like that on this. They're not afraid to throw it deep. They've come out with their game plan. We're going to throw it down the sideline. We think we've got some good mismatches here. You got to catch that one. That's 2 drops for, the quarterback there. He's put them on the money.
So another 3 and out here for the Eagles. There's a snap to the punter. Gets the kick away, and it is going to bounce it right at midfield. It's going to be taken this time and returned. And this time Garland's going to start inside Rowlett territory as return man gets thrown out of bounds around the 48-yard line. But again, Garland's going to have great field position here on their 2nd possession. I believe that was number 18, Keelan Davis, with that return. Six and a half minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Garland on top 7-0 with the ball.
Yeah, Rowlett's going to have to come out here and really start swarming to the ball. They've had to do a lot of one-on-one tackles. They've missed a couple tackles. Now they're going to have to just swarm it.
Empty backfield this time. Straight drop back Norwood as a quarterback draw. And not a good idea as he is met in the backfield by big number 99, Chase Smalley, and dropped for a loss.
I love his name, Smalley. He's the biggest guy out there, yet they call him Smalley. Here he comes. Boom. Boy, he gets his arms around you, and it is all over.
So Garland's going to lose yardage on the play. There's a look at Smalley there right in the middle of the field. That was a design quarterback draw. And 5 yards on the loss. Norwood's going to roll out. He's going to throw it. He's got a man out there. Catch made. That's Javian Hudson. Puts a hand down to keep his balance and then gets back. It looks like to the original line of scrimmage and maybe an extra yard from there. So it's going to be 3rd down and long here for Garland.
Another sophomore to sophomore. Here we go. Just a little out and up. Strong catch, strong run. Good defense. They've held them to 1 yard on that whole, you know, they're back to the line of scrimmage basically after that pass.
Yep.
Free
They
play.
draw him offside. Here we go again. They're going to say a little bit of contact happened, though, or they're going to get a procedure call against Garland here, so let's check it. They got offside, so they must have said contact was made, so that killed the play right there.
Well, it changes your game plan offensively. Now you think, well, I can actually run the ball. I don't have to throw it here because now it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. It changes it up a little bit for you.
Yeah, big call that time. And as you said, Bobby, they can perhaps change that play a little bit here. 3rd down and 4, as you mentioned. Owls have to get to the 37 to pick up a 1st down. A little bit of confusion here on the offense, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. So why don't we keep it here, Bobby, as they come to the sidelines to talk about things. And yeah, this is going to be a big, defensive stand right here. Rowlett really needs to hold Garland. They haven't done anything offensively. They've got negative yardage so far for the game, and this would be a big win if their defense can come up big here and stop the Owls from a 1st down.
Man, they need it. You know, sometimes your defense just has to make a big play. And right now would be a great time for that. I mean, because really the Owls are now inside your sideline, so your side of the field. They don't even have to punt it. If they think that you're not going to do anything offensively, they can just go for it. You have 2 plays to get 4 yards, basically. And I wouldn't put it past Garland. The way they drove the ball that last possession, I wouldn't put it past them to run it here and try to run it again.
Yeah, like you said, probably where in the position they're at, you're right. They probably, have 2 plays to get that 1st down. So let's see what they elect here. We are back and ready. 3rd down and 4 for the Owls. And now we got movement on the Owls offense.
Well, that's what happens when you go to the sideline and the coach says, okay, we're going to go on 2. And don't jump. We're going to go on 2. Don't jump. Well, what do? You go out there and you're expecting it. You practice you've practiced for a whole year going on 1, and now you got to go on 2, and they move, and that's what happens. And it hurts you. I say just line up and just run the ball.
Just do
it like you want to do it. Yeah.
So now we're back to that 3rd down and 9 again. So again, perhaps, and they're going to get movement again, I believe. No penalty, though. He's going to throw it deep down the sideline. Boy, trying for the catch there, number 18 for Garland. That is Keelan Davis, but they're going to have to bring the punt unit on. So just a strange set of plays there, or calls on the penalties there, and Garland's going to have to punt.
Let's see. He just gets out there, just lets it rip. Davis got to go up with 2 hands here.
Yeah, had his hand on it, but, just like we saw a Colo for Rowlett, it looked like maybe trying to just one-hand it there and try to put both hands on it, and perhaps you come down with the catch. So here's the punt attempt. It's a high punt. Well, it's a good one. It's angled, and there's the return there. It's going to be out across the 15 to about the 18-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will take over 1st and 10. So a good stop there by Rowlett's defense. That's what they needed. Let's see if their offense can get going now. As again, for the game, they've got negative 11 total yards here in their first 2 drives.
Yeah, negative 11 yards. Hey, I like the game plan that Rowlett's coming out, though. They think they have a mismatch on the outside, and they are letting it fly. They've had 2 long passes that were dropped, but if they connect on one of those, game's different.
Jermias Benson, the new running back in the game, and he has a nice run on first down. That's going to be close to a first down. I think he's going to be just short by a yard. It's going to be about a 9-yard gain on first down.
Benson with the carry. Stopped by number 8.
Yeah, that's good blocking right there. Look at those 2 guys up front.
Brings up
They
second
letting
down
people
for the
have it.
Eagles. Ball spotted at the 27.
So that's what Rowlett needed, get a little bit of that momentum perhaps back to their end. Second down and 1 coming up here. There's a snap. They're going to go back to Benson once again. Breaks the tackle. He should have the first down. He does. That's a gain of about 3 yards.
Boy, that was all him right there. They had him stopped
35.
short of the first down, and he does a little bit of dancing here, a little dancing there. Watch this. 1, 2, just shedding people off. Look at that. He picked the first down up just by being elusive.
So Rowlett's first down of the game.
Can't say it like that, Steve.
Ellison throws it out quickly and overthrows the intended receiver. He was looking for number 19, Corey Kirkling again, and just a little off target here early on for Ellison.
I know, but he got drilled as he was throwing that ball. Let's see who comes in and knocks him down here. Look at the pressure. I'm not sure if he would have caught the ball, he would have got any yards anyway. Probably just as well let that thing fly.
Second down and 10 now for the Eagles. There's a snap. Ellison, here comes pressure. He's going to be hit and dropped, loses the football, but Rowlett is able to pick it up. Good play there by the offensive lineman to grab it. I think that's 77 who actually picked it up. That was Jamon Lamb.
Hey, Lamb, that's his first carry. Hey, you talk about getting somebody excited. You get one of these offensive linemen the ball.
Yeah, it's big Tim Muhammad, the other defensive end, coming across. Really looked like he was unblocked on that play. And
yeah, that's the last person you want to leave unblocked. Big number 49 there. I mean, that guy can fly. He's big.
Yeah, 6'5", 230.
Yeah, you got to put a body on him.
Third down and 12 now for the Eagles. There's the snap. Ellison fakes a handoff. He's got time. He's going to throw it deep in the middle. There's.
There it is.
Yeah, that's an easy call right there. Boy, they had triple coverage. I don't know why he put his hands on him, but certainly helps out Rowlett. The pass interference, that's going to be an easy one to call.
Yeah, that's what we've been seeing. I think that's their game plan, to go deep right here, throw the ball up there and see what happens. And this time it was good for Rowlett. Of course, it's not a spot foul. It's a 15-yarder.
Yeah, but will be enough to give Rowlett a first down. Well, like I said, Bobby, you're going to see on the coverage here, he threw into double coverage. So, again, Garland didn't need to touch him.
I think they were trying to go to the ball, and they just all collided, but you can't do it.
So, the 15-yard mark off will give Rowlett a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. So, a couple of first downs, and this is what Rowlett needed to get going offensively here. There's a snap. They're going to hand the ball off, and big hole outside for Benson, and makes an in cut there and gets about 7 yards on that carry. So I tell you what, they sub in Benson for Devonta Crow, and Benson's had some pretty good gains here.
He's elusive, man. He looks good. Look at the good blocking. Big 56. All these guys just pulling, fighting to the very last second. You do that, man. You get 7-8 yards a carry, you're going to have a good day.
Second down and short now for the Eagles. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to him again. Another big hole, still on his feet.
Wow.
Still moving. He's going to have a first down inside the 40, all the way down to the 38.
I mean, they're having a hard time putting their body on him. He kind of moves his hips a little bit. Watch this. They have him right here. Watch. He just like, whoop, see you later. Right there. Look, he's just elusive.
1st and 10 Eagles.
Very nice. Gonna have
First
to call him Sweet Benson.
There you go. 1st and 10 at the 39 of the Owls. Rella with a nice drive here.
Let's see the wave, guys. Come on, the wave.
There's a snap. Another handoff to Benson up the middle. Big hole. Defense collapses, a gain of 4 yards. But again, if you get 4 yards every running play, you're doing good.
again, that's what we were talking about earlier. You got to know what your team is. Is it a running team? Is it a throwing team? Are you going to spread them out? What are you going to do? Right now, it looks like they've decided they want to run the ball right up the middle with Benson, and it's turning out pretty good for them. You do that, then you get all these linebackers and the safeties. They all got to come up to stop Benson, and then you can throw the deep ball on them. And here they got Kirkland down at the bottom of the screen all by himself.
Hand off to Benson once again, breaks through the line. Another first down. Still moving his feet, but they're going to blow the whistle here after a gain of about 8 yards. So once again, they move the chains, and Rowlett's got something going now.
One of the first defenders in on the stop.
Yeah, he comes into this game only with 20 carries.
First down, Eagles.
He's going to get 20 carries tonight, I think. If he keeps running like that, you just got to keep feeding it to him.
Yeah, I agree. Till they stop, you keep feeding the rock.
You got down here on the bottom of the screen, you got man-to-man coverage.
There's snap. Ellison looking to throw it now. He
He's
tries
got
to
him.
escape. He's going to throw it deep here towards the end zone, and it's out of bounds.
Well, he had him early. Kirkland looked like he had broke loose really soon. Just Ellison wasn't able to set his feet. He was on the run and couldn't get his feet under him and throw that ball.
So the incomplete pass here sets up a 2nd down and 10.
That's where he needed to throw it.
Takes a big hit at the end as well. Got a trips look here to the bottom of your screen. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Benson. Another good run for Benson. He's going to gain about 5. It's going to set up 3rd down and 5. But like we mentioned earlier, with the Owls on their offensive possession, this is probably an area where you've got 2 plays to pick up those 5 yards.
That's right. You're not going to punt from here. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. So I would give it back to Benson every time. He's getting 7-8 yards of carry, and you get back underneath big number 77 over there on the left tackle. He's just playing really good, Lamb. And I think I'd just run it right to them, right on his right hip.
There's a snap. They're indeed
There he
going to hand it
goes.
to him again. He's going to fall forward for about 3. It's going to be 4th down and 2. But again, I would imagine the Eagles going to go for it here, keep the offense on the field.
Yeah.
And just like that, we have come to the end of 1 quarter of play here at Williams Stadium. So at the end of 1, our score, Garland 7, Rowlett nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. Back for the start of the 2nd quarter. There's a look at Ollie Owl in the stands with the student section. There's a look at the Rowlett sideline and the Rowlett Eagle mascot. Got a 4th down and 2 now as we head back to start the 2nd quarter.
So a pretty impressive drive that Rowlett's putting together. They've got 37 total yards, and they were at a -11. So they've picked up about 38 yards here on this drive, and to give them a total of 43 total rushing yards, 37 total yards. So very nice drive here that they've got going.
Says we are back for the start of the 2nd quarter. It's going to be an interesting call here. Rowlett with that 4th down and 2. And Bobby, what do you do here? Do you keep it on the ground with Benson, see if he can pick up those 2 yards?
Absolutely. Have they been able to stop him? They haven't. And I'd run it right underneath big number 77 again. I mean, he's really playing good over there. You can tell that the Owls have got their whole linebacker shift to the left. Uh-oh, what is this?
Yeah, they shifted out of it here. And so empty backfield here. Let's see if the quarterback's going to keep it himself. He's going to throw it down the middle of the field. He's got a man there.
What?
Touchdown, Eagles.
What was that?
Now, there is a penalty flag on the field, so let's check the flag.
Oh, man.
See if we got an illegal formation perhaps coming out of Rowlett.
Yeah, because they had number 4, Laura, was one of the linemen, and I think you have to have 6 guys on the line, so you had to have all these guys out there. It's got to be formation set perfect. They having to talk about it.
Yeah, they're talking about it. They're going to bring the other officials over.
I think he was legal, though. He couldn't be on the line. He would have had to been off the line, and then you have to have you can't cover him up, in other words, from the receiving spot. So nice trick play.
Yeah.
If it works.
And it did. So now we'll just await the call by the officials. See if there is a call or if they wave it off.
Illegal formation on the offense.
It must not go wave it off.
They got the illegal formation, Bobby, just like we thought. You see Coach Derek Alford of the Eagles there.
He's like, I need to talk to somebody because we went through and we figured this play out. We know where everybody was supposed to be. A lot of times the coach knows they're going to run a play like that. They go to the referee before the game and they tell them, hey, we're going to run this play. Is it legal? What do you think about it? And then they'll let you know. And then they're watching for it and they'll let it go because they know that they've already talked and discussed it before the game started.
Well, Coach Alford still not happy, and the officials making the call. So now what do you do if you're Rowlett's 4th down and 7 now? Do you keep the offense on the field?
I think you have to. What are you going to do? Punt it from the 25?
Yeah, maybe a field goal attempt from here, but it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field.
Yeah,
so
do they have somebody that could kick that far? That'd be a long field goal.
Boy, watch at the top of your screen. You've got single coverage up top. Let's see if they maybe throw it that way and maybe get the penalty or even a reception. Here it comes. Quarterback's looking to run. He's in some trouble. He escapes. Did he get there? It's going to depend on the spot. And I think he's going to be short by a yard, Bobby.
45 McNeil with a stop for the Owls defense.
I'm not exactly sure what happened. It looked like he was thinking about throwing it. But then if he would have just took off right there, he probably would have got it. Boy, I hate seeing them when they get rolled up like that on the back of their legs. Boy, that just looks so dangerous.
That was number 45, Tamarcus McNeil, that made the tackle. And you saw, as you said, Bobby, kind of grabbed him and pulled him backwards to try to keep him from that first down marker. It worked. It's a turnover on down. So, maybe put that down or jot that down on your paper. It almost was a 7-7 game, but the penalty negated that, and then the turnover on down.
Not sure you even needed to run a trick play either. You've been doing so well on the ground. You only needed 2 yards at that point in time. Maybe they just would have handed the ball to Benson. He probably would have got the first down anyway. Hindsight.
Handoff goes to Keontae King there, and a good job by the Rowlett defense to hold him to only a gain of 2. That'll set up a 2nd down and 8.
Well, the fans are here today. That stands look good and full.
Big game in District 9-6A. As we mentioned, there's a snap, a handoff to King, this time to the left side, still on his feet, trying to break tackles. Boy, Rowlett's doing a good job of swarming him, though. He's going to get maybe 2 more, but it's going to be 3rd down and long once again.
Yeah, Betts does a good job right there, number 31, just staying with him, keeping him in front of him. Looked like it was going to go for a lot longer because if he could have got outside right there, but defensively they did well there. They swarmed the ball.
So big 3rd down and 6 coming up now for Garland. Yeah, they're going to get movement again. That one's going to come back. Another procedure called.
Well, just at this time of the year, it seems like you would have these things kind of figured out.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
Going to set up a 3rd down 11. So, hey, credit the Rowlett defense here, Bobby. Garland, albeit they got, their first possession at the 50-yard line, they drove down and scored. But really since then, they have not done anything offensively. The Rowlett defense has come up, stepped up big. And now Garland again facing a 3rd and 11 here.
3rd down 11 from 17.
There's a snap.
They're
looking for a screen pass. Boy, that thing was almost picked off.
Boy, they kind of read that very well. They kind of knew it was coming.
It was number 87 there for the Eagles with the stop, and I mean, he almost came up with that.
Yeah, look, everybody's blowing through, and that's when you get a good screen. But 87 stayed right there and knew who was going to get it and does a great job. I mean, Can't ask for anything better than that right there.
So Garland set to punt it away here. There's the punt. The kick is away. Boy, that's a great kick.
Man.
It's going to chase him all the way back in the Rowlett territory. Breaks a couple of tackles, but then he's thrown down at around the 41. That's a good punt by number 87, Pedro Orozco of the Owls. It was Joseph Brock's on the return, and not much there. All that being said, however, Rowlett once again, Bobby, pretty good field position to start this drive as they are at the 41-yard line. And we just saw him come off a good drive, you know, just moments ago. So again, they've got a little bit of momentum on their side right now.
That's what you want. You've got to figure out what you're good at, and it looks like they finally found something there. Now they've switched the backs here, but maybe they found something that they're going to be using the rest of the game.
Devonta Crow back in the game. He's going to take the handoff, and a bunch of Garland Owls swarm him and drop him for a loss. It's going to be a loss of 2 on that carry.
Well, that was the whole defense in there on that one.
Number 24, Terrence Green, in on the tackle.
Yeah, he comes out from the side. He looked like he knew what was going to happen. And maybe they've adjusted defensively because he was an outside backer. And he knew exactly, I'm going to come straight in and help out on the tackle here because it's not looking like they're going to throw the ball in that possession. It was first down. They knew they were going to run it. He blitzed from the outside.
Second down 12. There's a snap. Play action. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there. Safety comes across, and that was almost an interception, but he can't hang on to it. With great closing there by number 23 of the Owls. There's Don Travion Hill, and Bobby, I thought that was going to be completed. Watch Hill come across.
Well, he had him. Whew. Oh, come here, come here, come here. Oh, just out of his reach. Good play.
Yeah, good play to come across because, again, it looked to me like you had a wide open Okolo there. So third down and 12 now for the Eagles. Snap to Ellison. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got a lot of room out here. He's going to throw it across, and the pass is incomplete. He was looking for number 17, Trey Long, but in and out of his hands, and looks like Rowlett's going to have to bring on the punt unit.
He had time. He could have probably run the ball as well. He had a lot of room.
Boy, and that's one of those plays. You have 2 receivers in the same area.
Yeah, Laura was coming over number 4 as well, and it looked like he could have caught it, and then right at the last second, pulled his hands down because he's like, oh, he's probably not throwing to me. And when you do that, then all of a sudden, your main receiver can't see it.
So the punt is away. Angled towards the sideline. It's going to bounce and go out of bounds at around the 24-yard line, and that's where the Owl offense will come back on the field. So I tell you, we had, you know, Rowlett a 3 and out to start the game. Bobby, Garland gets the punt. They take it all the way down field and score 7-0. And we've been stuck on 7-0 here now, you know, since that point in time.
Looks like both teams kind of adjusted, and they've kind of settled down a little bit defensively, and they've kind of figured out what the other team's going to do.
Yep, exactly. And as you mentioned, the stats really have kind of evened out now as well. And yeah, so again, after that really, you know, bad start for Rowlett, bad because, again, after their first 2 possessions, they had negative 11 yards. It's, you know, kind of evened out, as you mentioned. So here we go. The Owls on the field right now on offense, and the handoff to Keontae King. He's going to get all the way to the 30, so that's a gain of about 6 on first down. Hurry up offense here for the Owls. They're going to hand it off to King once again, trying to get outside to the right. And he's going to pick up the first down across the 40 all the way to the 41. So that's a gain of about 11 yards on that carry.
I like how you see Miguel Velasquez, number 71. Watch him. He's working his way all the way out here, never stops.
Fakes the handoff. Norwood keeps it up the middle. He's going to have a first down. That's a gain of 11 yards.
Well, that's power running right there. You're looking good. Just get up there and run your play. This is what we've been talking about.
Yeah, they're going quick, too. Notice the offense as they're not waiting for Rowlett to get set up. Handoff to King, and this time the Rowlett defense a much better job holding him to only 3 yards on that carry.
Yeah, big number 92 right there. Vincent Martin, big sophomore. one of the biggest guys on their defensive squad. He just makes a great move and gets his paws on him and just rips him down.
Well, I like what Garland was doing there, though. You know, kind of came with that hurry up.
Absolutely.
Changed the pace there a little bit. Had Rowlett on their heels for just a bit. Handoff again to King coming inside. He's going to be close to the first down, depending on the spot. Looks like maybe a yard shy. So another 6 for him.
Just power running. Spread them out. You got a big offensive line. Look at these guys pulling here. They're just opening the lanes for him. Ball's
and
out.
they lose the ball there. Norwood's able to pick it up, and he's going to have a first down.
How about that? He passes the ball to himself, picks it up, gets the first down. How lucky can you get? Usually when that ball hits the ground, that thing is so hard to pick up.
First and 10 for the
So
Owls.
wobbly. Look, oh my goodness. You know, that's what usually that happens a lot when you're doing the RPO, because the running back thinks you're handing it to him, and then you pull it out, and both of you got your hands on it as tight as you can.
Norwood running to the outside. Boy, what a great defensive play. Number 3, Isaiah Jennings. Well, I mean, he's being blocked on that play. He comes off and fights through that block, knocks Norwood out of bounds after only a gain of 2. Really nice play.
Those Garland Owl fans, we got to get them standing up and doing the wave or something.
Second down 8. Handoff. Big hole out here to the right side. Cutting outside. Boy, another good tackle. New running back on the field. That is Timaeus James, and he's going to pick up about 6 on that carry. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 now for the Owls.
Yeah, Libera's only one out there. You can't keep expecting them to make one-on-one tackles, because one of them's going to miss, and it's going to be a long run.
Rowlett.
Libera does a good job of holding on, though.
Rowlett calls their first time out here of the second half, or pardon me, the second quarter. We'll take a break with them. 7:40 remaining in the half. Our score, Garland 7, Rowlett nothing.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Third down and 3 as we're back to action. Movement once again. And I think that's going to be a procedure call. They were looking at the end zone there for Javian Hudson, but again, there's a penalty flag. That's going to back Garland back up 5 more. That's the 3rd procedure call here of the first half.
Well, 3rd and 3 turns into 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. It changes your whole game plan. And those things are, you know, you're way into the middle of the season. We've seen so many of these calls already.
As we mentioned before, probably in that territory, they've got 2 plays to get these 8 yards, but still, you want to be at 3rd and 3 for sure. There's a draw play here to Timaeus James. Looks like he's going to get the yardage back from the penalty, so it's going to be 4th down and about 3. And again, I would imagine the Owls going to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and run it right behind big number 77, Diego Torres. I mean, why not? He should be able to at least get 3 yards just if you get on his back hip. He's so big.
So 4th down and 3. Owls have to get to the 25 to pick up the first down. And another penalty. They're going to get a procedure against Garland once again. So if you notice, Rowlett is shifting on the play, and Garland, they haven't been disciplined enough to stay in place, and so that's another procedure call.
Yeah, Rowlett's drawing them off sides. They're doing a good job shifting right there. What you're going to have to do, probably if you're the Owls, is you're going to have to change your snap count to an earlier snap count.
Yeah, they're going to bring the punt unit on now, as a matter of fact.
Interesting. I mean, if he punts it into the end zone, it comes out to the 20, so it's only going to net you about 10 yards anyway, or 12, 13 yards. I mean, I think I'd rather just go for it and try to get 7 or 8 yards, even if I don't make it.
Well,
About
now
the
Coach
same.
Russell, yeah, he's calling the timeout, Bobby. Sorry to interrupt you there, but he's going to talk about things. Boy, interesting call here. We'll keep it here. So, again, they had a 4th and 3. Penalty sends them to 4th and 8. They bring the punt unit out. Now they're going to talk about things. Now, it looks like they're going to leave the punt unit on the field, but, you know, perhaps maybe a fake here, Bobby, something like that. But
I mean, I just don't know what I mean, unless you are a great punt and it just rolls out of bounds on the 4 or 5 yard line or something, yeah, that would be really good. But, you know, when you're in high school, a lot of times you'll punt the ball and it'll go 6 yards right out of bounds. You just never know, but you're so close right here. I mean, what's 8 or 9 net yards for you if it goes into the end zone?
well, they're definitely keeping the punt unit on, so we'll find out right
See
here.
what happens here.
Rowlett's not going to send anybody back here to return this, you know, based on exactly what you're talking about, Bobby. So let's see if he can angle the punt toward the sideline. That's what he's going to do. It's just a high punt. Now let's see if it takes a Garland bounce. Oh, it dies right there, so that's a good punt.
There you go.
They're going to down it right at the 10-yard line. Now, there is a penalty flag on the field.
That's where the Eagles will start first down.
So we'll check the flag. Now, if it's against Rowlett and sets it back to 4th and 3, we'll see what happens, although they are pointing to the Garland sideline, so it looks like it may go against the Owls. Here comes our call, I think.
Here we go.
They're
What are they talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man.
Well, here we go. Well, the call's on Garland, whatever it is. So let's see if Rowlett elects to have him punt again.
Unsportsmanlike conduct?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call was. Whatever it is, they're not in any hurry. They're just kind of walking back and not sure what's going on here. As soon as we figure it out, we will let you know.
I think they're going to mark it off from here.
Give Rowlett 15 to set him at the 25, perhaps. So they were right at the 10. So there, yeah, here comes the penalty yardage, just like you said, Bobby. That's exactly what they're doing. So yeah, I didn't see what the call was, but yeah, it's a 15-yarder. So now all of a sudden that, you know, 1st and 10 at the 10 becomes 1st and 10 at the 25.
And there we go. That's exactly what we were talking about. That netted you 7 yards. You might as well just went ahead and go for it.
As a result of the penalty, first down Eagles from the 25.
So Garland, 7 penalties here in this first half.
I think 5 in that drive.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. So Rowlett still with that only that 7-0 deficit back on the field on offense. Snap to Ellison, looking to throw it out quickly. He has his man. Fights through a couple of tackles, gets across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Is number 17, Trey Long.
Well, that's how they opened the game up. They started to try to throw that real quick pass out there to Long, and, you know, it works. And if you can continue to do that, keep your game plan strong and know exactly what you're going to do out there, you can start feeding that to him. Get the ball to your athletes.
There's the handoff. The running back in the game is number 28 again, Jermias Benson. This time Garland does a much better job, only a gain of 1 on that carry. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, but this is where you want it. You want 3rd and short like this. You can manage that.
6 minutes to go here in the half. 7-0 Garland. A tight defensive game here thus far in the first half. A lot of mistakes from both sides. Garland, as I mentioned, 7 penalties. Rowlett's got 3 of their own. 3rd down and 2 here coming up for the Eagles. Snap to Ellison. He's going to hand it off to Benson, trying to get the first down. And I think he got it. Yeah, the lunge forward there got him across the 35, and that is enough to move the chains.
Well, did he do that, or did he get big help from his lineman right here at the very last on this push? He gets right there, and oh, the tackle pushed him forward.
First down for
So that was number 22, Zaylin Reynolds, with the tackle. But as you mentioned, Bobby, it was enough to give Benson the first down and move the chains for the Eagles. Rolling out to the right, Ellison throws it toward the sideline. Did he get a foot in?
Got a coach over there, somebody holding the flags.
I think they're going to say that's a good catch where the linesman is marking it, so that is a completion.
I was watching them before the game. They practiced this little rollout pass. Oh yeah, beautiful. Good job, camera work.
One of the chain gang there, as you saw, got hit on the play by the receiver. So I think he is up.
Yeah, sometimes they get caught watching the game, and you know, their responsibility over there with the chains is when the play is coming that direction, you got to drop the flag and get down, because not only can you get hurt, but it can also hurt the players. They hit that flag or whatever, so you got to drop that thing.
Looks like where they're going to mark the ball is not enough for the first down, maybe about a yard short. So that's what's the little delay here, but again, that's 9 yards on that first down.
Ellison's good at that little rollout pass. I mean, I was watching him before the game, and I saw him practicing it, and it looked like he's real comfortable.
Now they're calling it a first down, so I'm not sure what's going on here, but first down Rowlett, so they're going to say 10 yards on the reception. They're going to move the chains to the 45, and that will be another first down for Rowlett, a gain of 10 on the reception.
I think that guy that's holding that chain, he's going to be sore tomorrow.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, he took it pretty hard.
First down from the 45.
So 2 consecutive first downs for the Eagles here. Ellison with the snap. He's going to hand it off to Benson, coming outside to the left. Got some room out here before Garland swarms him around midfield. So a gain of about 4 yards.
Stopped by 33.
They're going to say he got to midfield, so a gain of 5 on that carry by Benson.
I liked how they did it. Their offense, they had the bunch formation, so their receivers were all real close to the line of, basically the end spot, and they just sealed the edge and let Benson get outside of it and use his speed. So I like the play.
So second down and 5, right at midfield. Snap to Ellison. He's going to hand it off to Benson again. Boy, nice inside move. He loses the ball, however, and I think Garland's got it. Boy, it was a great run by Benson up to that point, Bobby, and then he just lost the handle on it. 33 for Garland comes up with it. That is Jeremiah Richardson. Watch this run.
Yeah, he's making people miss all over the place, but sometimes too much will get you in trouble. You see the young man is really upset about that one. He knew the run was good.
I believe that was number 22, Zaylin Reynolds, that hit the ball and knocked it loose from Benson. And then, as I mentioned, number 33, Jeremiah Richardson, fell on it. So good play by Reynolds there for the Owls, and Garland's offense comes back on the field.
He put his shoulder pads right on the ball. Pop that thing out.
There's a snap. Hand off to King, coming to the left side. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2. Now he loses the football. Rowlett thinks they have it.
That usually means the other team has it.
Yeah, Garland comes up with it. So so you see back-to-back fumbles on really good runs. Watch this run from King, and then he fumbles at the end.
Boy, he just makes people miss. It's impressive watching him. Look at him moving his legs out where you can't get a hold of him. That's why you hustle to the ball. That's a hustle play by that big offensive lineman, big number 66 there, Ismail Ba. I mean, you've got to hustle. That's why you're there.
There's that end around, still on his feet. Looky here, broke some tackles. He's at the 20, and then finally tackled at the 14. That is number 18 for Garland. Keelan Davis, Bobby, and I thought he was going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and then he breaks out of there and gets big yardage.
Yeah, that's why you got to swarm to the ball. Everybody's got to be going to the ball like a bunch of bumblebees. Look at 71. He's blocking the safety down and 25 yards down the field.
Draw play to King, coming back to the left side, cuts it inside, takes the big hit, and
boy, it takes a whole pile to take him down.
It does.
You don't think he's like powerful runner, like he's not like a big offensive line running the ball. He's elusive. You can't get a hold of him.
Gain of only 3 yards. So again, a good job by Rowlett's defense to tackle him. Watch the run.
Half of the defense with him.
Just spinning.
Second down from the 12-yard line.
Well, that draw play was sneaky.
There's a snap. This time a straight handoff to King coming to the right side. He's got some room. Cuts it back in. Still on his feet. Down to the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, Owls.
92 Martin for the defense.
King gets up a little slow, but he is up.
He get hit right in the back by Martin, big number 92, and he had a whole head of steam. Watch, he gets spun around, and whatever he does, boom, he just gets hit. I'm feeding it back to him again.
First and goal
Just keep
from the
feeding it to
2.
him. He deserves it. He's running great.
1st and goal at the 2, and there's your handoff to him, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. Made it look easy. 6 more for the Owls.
Well, it made it look easy because that offensive line just flat pancaked people. Watch it. Look at everybody falling down right here. It was great blocking. He was able to walk in. You can see he was exhausted too. He was tired. Look at him. Woo!
Yeah, that was all King on that drive for the most part. Had the one nice play, of course, by Keelan Davis, but outside of that, it was all Keontae King. The extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So our new score with 3:03 remaining in the half, Garland 14, Rowlett nothing. We'll be back after these messages.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Take a look at number 6, Keontae King on the bench. He's had a big first half, Bobby, especially on that drive. You know, the offense really had not done much since that, that opening possession, but that time King said, hey, I'm going to put you on my back, and he is over 100 yards rushing now, and we're still in the first half.
Yeah, get that guy some oxygen, man. He is killing it. 14 attempts, 104 yards, the touchdown right there. Man, and he's taking some punishment. He's been making a lot of people miss, too, and, man, he's just having a great game.
So the Owls set to kick it away again. 3:03 remaining for Rowlett here on offense. They've got 2 timeouts left as well. Roscoe set to kick it away, and another high, deep kick. It's going to come down around the 4-yard line. This one will be returned. It is, I believe, Joseph Brox, and he's going to be tripped up. Boy, you see helmets everywhere. You got 2 helmets off.
What in the world? I've never seen 2 helmets come flying off. You usually see 1, 2. That's crazy. Hey, Coach, hey, let's have some guys buckle that thing up. We need an equipment manager over here. Needs to come over here and start buckling these guys' helmets. Work on their snaps or something.
There you go. So the return by Brox out to the 22. That's where the Eagles will start 1st and 10.
They don't get some good snaps. They're going to have to start with Velcro. And there goes one helmet.
And here comes the second on the tackle.
Here goes the other helmet.
First down.
Number 11, he kept going after it. I mean, he continued in the play. Sometimes they'll call a penalty on that. You saw him. He fell straight forward right onto his head.
Yeah, the officials were talking too, and they may have seen exactly what you're saying, Bobby, but no flag. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Handoff to Devonta Crow coming to the right side. He's got some room out here. Boy, nice run by Crow. His first big gain of the game. He's going to get a first down. It looks like they're going to mark him at around the 34, pardon me, the 33. So that's an 11-yard gain and a first down.
Well, you see some great discipline blocking right there, and he doesn't get touched until he's way downfield. Uh-oh.
Yeah, wide receiver screen here that works to perfection. And just like that, Rowlett back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, just zip it out there. Get a good block from your outside guy. Take it upfield. Use your speed. Boy, you cut back in, sometimes you'll get nailed. He might as well just run right on out of bounds there next time, bud.
That was Corey Kirkling with that catch. Rowlett now at midfield, 1st and 10. So still plenty of time here in the first half. 2:23 and 2 timeouts. Boy, the Eagles were not set, and that's going to cost them 5.
This is the problem right here. You aren't good enough a team to be having penalties like that. I mean, you start getting a good drive together, you start pushing it down the field, you don't need a negative play. And you know that bothers that coach right there really bad because they've really trained these guys all year long to be disciplined.
Yeah, really interesting, Bobby. It was the two receivers on the bottom of your screen. They were still walking to get set, and you saw, you know, Ellison take the snap. And that's something Ellison needs to look over there, wait for them to get set before he takes it. But
yeah, that's the quarterback's fault right there. Young quarterback.
First down and 15 now for the Eagles. There's a snap. Ellison looking to throw. Three-step drop. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man down the sideline. And
nope.
Incomplete. Boy, I tell you, he's had a couple of shots here to number 19, Kirkling, and both times Kirkling's had a chance to catch it, but just hadn't been able to come up with it.
You see their game plan. They're going to throw it downfield. He has to slow down just a little bit to come to get it, and when he does, just goes right through his hands there. I mean, those are catchable passes. I know Kirkling wanted that thing to be out another 5 or 6 yards where he could just run under it. But sometimes as a receiver, you have to make the adjustment, and your eyes have got to stop bouncing. And that's what causes you to miss those balls. Your eyes are bouncing.
Second and 15, the catch to Okolo. He's going to pick up good yardage here, a gain of about 10 as he's down to the 45 of Garland. That's going to set up a third down at 5, and we're inside of 2 minutes to go.
That's a nice play. Now, Ellison looks out to the left and then comes back into the middle and makes a beautiful throw. And when you catch it with all hands like that, that's a good catch.
There's Ellison rolling again, and boy, that ball got tipped away, almost intercepted by number 22, Zaylen Reynolds.
Yeah, he was going to Laura right there, his slot receiver. But he had triple coverage all around him.
There's Reynolds, almost came up with the pick. Now it's 4th and 5, and what do you do here, Bobby? Do you go for it again? If you don't get it, Garland's still got, you know, plenty of time here.
Yeah, I think you got to punt this ball right here.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep the offense on, it looks like.
14-0. You give them the ball at midfield, they still have a chance to score. Maybe your defense, if you punt it away, maybe they can hold them out of there.
Big call here. Ellison rolls out. He's got pressure coming. He's got a lot of room out here. He's going to throw it out. Is the catch made or is it out of bounds? Haven't seen a signal. And it says nope, no good. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. Boy, I thought Ellison, once he got past those two linemen, Bobby, I thought he was going to tuck it and run.
Yeah, but he trusts his arm, and he does a nice little throw right here. Watch him, little sidearm shot, zip, right out there.
And they call him out of bounds. So Garland's going to have 1:35 and 1 timeout remaining, and they're at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, I think he probably should have punted that ball because you have a minute 35 seconds. If you punt that down to 15-yard line, 20-yard line, that makes the Owls have to drive the length of the field with a minute and a half on the clock.
Yeah, they just don't throw a whole lot.
And they don't throw a whole lot, so yeah, you're right.
Norwood keeps it himself to the left side. He's going to try to get out of bounds. Boy, another good play out there. That time, number 5 for the Eagles stops him for no gain. That's Jaden Ellis.
Number 5, Ellis for the defense.
So we'll see if that going forward on 4th down comes back to haunt them. Gain of a yard by Norwood on 1st down. So 2nd down 9 here for the Owls. Clock sitting at 1:08 remaining. There's a snap. They're going to hand off to King coming to the right side. He's got a lot of room here. Stays on his feet and tripped up around the 49. So just across midfield for the Owls.
Yeah, on that last play, I thought he got knocked out of bounds, and I figured the clock would stop, but it kept rolling. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there. They lost 35 seconds on the play.
3rd and 4 for the Owls.
Now, keep in mind, Garland does have a pretty good field goal kicker, so if they're able to, and a penalty flag on the play here, they have another procedure called against the Owls. It is.
It looked like the receivers were trying to signal for what the play was. They weren't set. They didn't know what the play was, and they ran it. You know, we saw them earlier get in that fast, you know, get
up
down,
tempo, yep.
up tempo, and it was working for them. And right here, you got a minute and a half, and it doesn't look like they've been able to get into that same tempo.
3rd and 9 for Garland. Ball is at the line.
At this point, it's 39 seconds. You got a long ways to get in field goal range. You might want to start throwing the ball a little bit.
off. Please reset the game. 29 seconds. 9 seconds.
10-second runoff due to the penalty, so they're going to reset the clock
Clock
to
will start
29.
on my ready for play signal.
We got a big third down, and now what I was just about to mention was Garland has a kicker. It's got pretty good range, and so, you know, if they pick up about 20 more yards, they would have a shot at a field goal.
Ooh, he takes a big hit.
Yeah, big hit on the quarterback that time, and again, they're only going to gain about 4 yards. So it's going to be 4th down and 5. Now, and the clock running down, looks like neither team willing to call a timeout. They may just go ahead and let the clock run out.
Yeah, they're not going to have time. They have a timeout. I would have thought you would take a shot downfield, but no.
Yeah, they must be content with having the 2-touchdown lead, and the clock does expire here in the first half. An interesting first half with our score, Garland 14, Rowlett nothing. We'll be back after these messages. And we are back at Williams Stadium for the start of the third quarter. Our halftime score, Garland 14, North Garland nothing. Boy, an interesting first half, Bobby. You know, Garland scored, you know, right off the bat, and then really kind of back and forth defensively. Garland scored, you know, fairly late there in the second quarter. Why don't we take a look at some of the highlights in that first half? Beautiful night here at Williams Stadium as you see the bands and drill teams and cheerleaders preparing for the game. There's Garland High School Bell Dogs.
They are having a good time, man.
No doubt. Both teams taking the field. Rowlett had the ball first, but Garland strikes first as Keontae King with the touchdown run, his first of 2. Big play in this game. Benson, Rowlett was driving, and then he fumbles after a pretty good run there. Garland takes back over. Then it was the Keontae King show from that point. He runs it for a second touchdown.
He needs a little oxygen right there after that one. Keontae King, 17 attempts, 122 yards. That's about 7 yards a carry. He had the 2 touchdowns. It's just a power game by Garland. They have 178 total yards. Guess how many yards they have rushing? 172.
Wow.
They have 6 yards passing. And, you know, that's Norwood. I mean, he's a good athletic player, but Rowlett knows they're going to run it. You just got to stack the box and get in there and stop the run in this second half.
Rowlett with the kick. Garland's going to have the ball first. A fair catch is, or I thought a fair catch was called, but apparently not. And the return out across the 30, all the way to the 35. Bobby, I swear I saw him put his hand up in the air, but he caught the ball and ran with it. So
he was blocking the light. You know, that's, you know, he had his hands up over his.
So a nice return for the Owls. They're going to start first on offense. Again, they won the opening toss, deferred to the second half. So that's why you see them with the ball. This is going to be very important for Rowlett to stop Garland on this drive. They certainly don't want him to get points as they're already trailing by 14.
Yeah, they needed to go into the locker room and really discuss how to stop this running game. I mean, you've got to just stack that box. Is that offensive line that good, that strong, that much bigger than your offensive line, or is your scheme incorrect? Because you know they're going to run the ball, and you've got to figure out a way to stop it. 172 yards in that first half of rushing.
Yeah, 5 more there for King in the first throw of the second half. Oh, and a drop by number 83, Javian Hudson. Boy, that time he may have lost a little bit of concentration, Bobby. There was a lot of room out in front of him. If he catches that ball, he's running for a while.
Well, that was the second attempt thrown to him. He's caught one of them. He's got the lone catch for the Owls, 1 for 6 yards.
So 3rd down and 5 here for Garland. They're going to hand it off to King, trying to get outside. He's going to cut back. Boy, here comes the pursuit of Rowlett. King's going to get only about 2, so potential 3 and out here for Garland. Let's see if they keep the offense on the field. They do not. They're going to bring the punt unit on.
Boy, number 50, you watch him, Eli Kalu. Watch him come out here pursuing and get a great block. Hello, here I am. Oh, you couldn't see it right there. Man, he got a good pancake block there. Put a star on his helmet.
So Rowlett's defense does what they need to. Hold Garland to a 3 and out. Oh, and the punt goes over the punter's head. So the first break of the game may go to Rowlett here. Garland's going to fall on it on the 15, but Rowlett's going to have a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he just fell down on it. You know, those are those things. If you got plenty of time, go ahead and pick that ball up and get some yards. There was no one around him when he hit the knee.
Boy, that could be the break that Rowlett needs right here. Yeah, and you're right, Bobby. You know, he had some room there if he would have picked it up and tried to punt it away. But again, maybe the safer play is just to fall on it because you don't want to risk, you know, not coming up with it and Rowlett scooping it up and running it in. But look at this, Rowlett with a 1st and 10 at the 15. Their opportunity to get right back in this thing.
Yeah, they only had 109 total yards in that first half.
Crow gets the call up the middle.
Oh, Crow loses the football. Still loose. Now it's just going to be a matter of who comes out with it. And I think they say Garland ball. Wow. Well, Crow had the end zone in his sights, Bobby. That was a great run. Picked up about 11 yards and then loses the handle on it.
You know, we saw this in the first half, too. They were getting inside Owl territory, and they fumbled the ball there. And the Owls got it. So second turnover, that's really hurt the Eagles.
Boy, that was number 20 for the Owls. That was a Marion Webb that, you know, came across, had the helmet on the ball. That's what caused that ball to come loose. And then Garland's able to recover it. So while the second turnover of the night for Rowlett, both running backs have now coughed it up one time. There's a handoff to number 5, to Mayus James. Boy, he had an opening there, and he picks up 11 yards. A good run on that first down carry.
Yeah, right out of the end zone.
Correction, James with the previous carry.
Comes up a little hobbled.
Yeah, that's not good. Cut through there. Boom. Yeah, they got him on the ankle.
There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to King. Penalty flags on the field. King still on his feet, and he's going to be tripped up around the 22. We will check the flag here. We may have another procedure call against the Owls.
Yeah, that flag came from way over here from the umpire from the very sideline.
Here comes the signal. Oh, legal substitution against Rowlett, so they must have had 12 on the field.
Yeah, that's where the flag came from. He's the one that comes back there and he stands on the sideline looking straight down towards the coaches, watching for illegal substitutions and counting people. So he got him.
So 2nd down and 2 as the Owls decline it.
boy.
Now they're going to get a procedure call against Garland, it looks like.
That's that shift that they're doing with the Eagles. They get down and then they
False
shift.
start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
And it's working. I mean, they've caused the Owls to have procedure at least 5 times.
Yep. So the 2nd down and 2 becomes 2nd down and 7. All back at the 17-yard line. There's a snap. Norwood hands it off to King to the right side. And he's going to be tripped up and tackled at around the 20, or pardon me, the 19. So a gain of only 2. It's going to set up 3rd down and 5.
Vandegrift with the defense.
Simple handoff right there. And well, they just had good pursuit. We haven't seen a lot of that from the Eagles, so it's nice to see them get after the guys.
There's a snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Norwood comes out here. Boy, Rowlett was ready for it again. That play has not worked at all for the Owls. No gain on the play, and Garland's going to send the punt unit on after another 3 and out.
Yeah, looks like the Eagles went into halftime and said, hey, let's try to figure out how to stop the run. And just like what we were talking about earlier, let's just flood the box. You've got to be able to stop the run. You know they're going to run it. They've run it 178 yards on you. They have only made 3 pass attempts. Let's see if we can stop the run. It looks like they've been able to do it 2 drive consecutively.
Yeah, better snap that time, and a
look at
nice
the punt.
punt is away. It takes a Garland bounce out of bounds at around the 41. Another good punt that time by Orozco, and Rowlett's going to take over 1st and 10.
At the 41, that's where the Eagles will take over.
Boy, if you're the Garland offensive line coach, do you come over and say, okay, the next person who gets a procedure, we're going to do, you know, push-ups
Up,
after
downs.
the game? Yeah, up, downs, exactly.
Well, they're going to be tired if they did it by yardage, because they've got about 60 yards of procedure calls on them. Be 60 up downs.
So Rowlett takes back over again. The defense has done their job here. They've held Garland to 2 3-and-outs in the 3rd quarter. So let's see if they can get that offense going here after the fumble on the last possession. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Benson, coming across
Carry, left
to the
side.
left side. He's got some room out here. Still on his feet. He's picked up 12 yards and a 1st down.
25, Johnson for the Owls defense.
Boy, nothing fancy here.
Ooh, big block by number 75, though. You get guys clearing it out like that, you get some room to run.
1st and 10 in Garland territory for the Eagles. There's a snap. Benson with the handoff again. Same play, same side. Not the same results, however, as he stood up at around the 43. A gain of only about 3 yards on that carry.
They're having a hard time getting up off the ground over there, weren't they?
Yes, they are. A lot of players over there in on the tackle. Benson hard to bring down.
Yeah, he's just stepping over people. He don't want to go down, does he? Strong runner. He's impressive. The Eagles have had some pretty good drives.
They have.
They just ended
For the Eagles.
with a couple of fumbles.
In Owl
They were
territory
right
at
there ready to
43.
score again, too. One score, you're back in this ball game.
There's a handoff. Benson, oh, he took some big hit and goes
Hello.
backwards that time. Well, I think that was number 10 that time with the hit, Jeremy Carcamo. And I'll tell you what, he decleated Benson on this one.
I mean, he was coming downhill in that linebacker position. Boom. That's how you teach it. Face mask up.
So a gain maybe of a yard on the play. 3rd down and 7 coming up now for the Eagles.
3rd down, 7.
They don't. Benson don't want him to call that direction any longer. He's, hey, go the other direction for me.
Ellison looking to throw. He's going to throw it out. Wide open to Colo. Tackle made, but not before he gets the 1st down. Just a little too far off of him
Richardson,
on the
number 33
coverage,
for the
and an easy
defense.
throw and catch from Ellison to Colo.
That's what sets it up, though. You keep running the ball so nice like that, you get everybody cheating in to stop the run, and it opens up the passing game.
1st and 10 from the 34 of the Owls. Snap and the handoff to Benson once again. He stumbles a little bit, and the Owls able to make the tackle. I believe that was 22 Zaylen Reynolds.
Reynolds with the tackle. Benson
Boy,
with a gain of
Reynolds a
1,
good little
2nd
linebacker
down,
for the
9.
Owls. You know, we saw him last week in the game against Lakeview come up with lots of tackles, and he comes up there and makes a nice tackle on Benson, holding for only a gain of a yard.
Yeah, he's been kind of quiet tonight, but you're right. He's so fast and powerful, so he's been able to go up in there and make some good plays, but you see him there chasing a guy all the way down from the outside, showing his speed.
See the quick wide receiver screen to Colo there. He's going to have, I think, a 1st down, unless they're going to call. Yeah, there it is. They're going to move the chain, so a gain of 9. Rowlett driving once again.
Nice little zip pass. Rowlett's showing a little bit of something on these last 2 drives.
1st down, 10 Eagles from the 24.
Well, they're driving here, and they're trying to cut the lead in half. And now Rowlett's going to get a procedure call. So Garland gave them a little bit of their own medicine that time, as you saw the shift on the defensive line, and it caused the guard there for the Eagles to move.
Both teams are playing a little trickery right there on defense, and it's working.
So 1st down and 15. Now we're approaching the halfway mark of the 3rd quarter. Our score 14-0, Garland on top. But Rowlett driving here. There's a snap. Ellison looking to throw it out quickly.
Picked.
That ball's
Oh!
picked off. The
Wow.
receiver kept going that time, Bobby, and number 24 for the Owls, Terrence Green, watches it all the way and makes a diving catch for the pick.
Woo! That was nice. It looked like he thought Kola was going to do a stop route right there, and he wasn't. Man, just a nice defensive play right there. And again, the Eagles were driving down. They had a fumble. Now they get the ball. They're driving down again. They get an interception. It just seems like they keep stepping on their feet.
Yeah, 3 turnovers now for the Eagles. And just like you said, Bobby, I mean, they have drives going, and then they do something that hurts themselves, a penalty or, again, a turnover. So Garland with the ball again. King's going to cut it outside to the right and going to be pushed out of bounds around the 32-yard line for a pickup of 6.
For the defense.
Yeah, Garland with that 14-0 lead again. They're going to be content to just keep it on the ground.
Absolutely. You know what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball. Eat the clock. Make Rowlett stop you.
Down for the Owls.
There's a snap and the handoff to King once again. This time to the left side. He's going to have the first down and tripped up around the 39. That's a gain of 6 more. And again, will move the chains. May have an injured Rowlett Eagle on the field. Boy, and they don't want to lose him. That is number 8, Joseph Brox, I believe, that's down. Very talented player for the Eagles, and he's trying to get up on his feet, so that's a good sign for sure.
Let's give him a hand.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see it. I was thinking maybe they rolled up on the back of him the way that everything happened there. You can tell he's in pain, though.
Yeah, one of their better players. You know, he's their return man, so you'll see him on punt returns and kick returns. Let's see if we can pick up what happened here. And he dives. Oh, yeah. May had a stinger or something like that. Bobby's he led with those shoulder pads, but hopefully he'll be back in the game. Again, a big part of Rowlett's not only special teams, but obviously on defense as well.
Absolutely.
1st and 10, Garland now at the 39. There's the fake handoff.
Got him.
Norwood's going to keep it to, I think that was a busted play. And he's going to make something out of nothing.
Got by 27 on defense, Walker.
Gain of about 4, I believe. And Bobby, the only thing I can think is that's a busted play. As you saw Norwood take the snap, and there goes King, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no.
Yeah, he was going to run it up the middle. It was the option, but when he looked up, then there was a big linebacker right there ready to get him. And then he just had to make play with his feet and just outrun everybody.
That was a gain of 4. King cuts back across the turf, and he's going to be close to first down yardage. And let's see where they're going to spot it. He's at the 49. That will be enough to move the chains. I think they're going to mark him just about half a yard shy, so a gain of 6 more.
Well, he was just running. He thought he was just going to be patient right here and just take off. But Evans gets his shirt. Look at that. Grabbed him by his shirt. Strong hands to be able to rip him down.
Another first down from
Oh, so they do give him the first down. So it is 1st and 10. There's a snap, a handoff to King up the middle. Nice running, nice cut, spin move inside the 40. A gain of 11 more down to the 39 of Rowlett.
Boy, just methodical. Rowlett knows what they're going to do. But they're just not able to stop it. They have such good power with that offensive line. You see those guys just pushing and pushing and pushing. I mean, these offensive line coaches have really done a great job with these gentlemen here.
Yeah, and like I mentioned at the start of the game, you look at the 5 starters for Garland along the offensive line. This has got to be the biggest offensive line they've had in a long time.
Yeah, you got number 71, Vasquez. He's 6'3", 260. You have Kai. He's 6'1", 280. Trevino, 6'2", 240. Martinez, 270 pounds. Torres, 6'2", 320. They got some big boys.
Yeah, pretty big line. And right now they're pushing Rowlett's defense back. And there's a look at the offensive line right there. And again, then you throw in, of course, number 12, as we've mentioned, kind of that lead blocker, Nathan Mitchell. And You know, he's not small himself. He's listed as 6'3", 225. So again, you got a lot of big guys up front for the Owls, and they're, you know, kind of pushing Rowlett's defense back here a little bit.
Well, you know, that's why they run the ball. I mean, they've got 202 yards total offense, 198 is on the ground. They know what they are, and they're going to just power run. That's what they're going to do.
A little bit of a discussion here. I think they're trying to put some time back on the clock as well.
And he's resetting that the play clock.
Yeah, there we go. And now we're ready to get back to action. So 1st and 10 for Garland at the Rowlett 39. Another handoff to King. Boy, breaks through the middle. Almost broke that one.
That one was almost gone.
Yeah, touchdown saving tackle there by number 15, Toje Librera. And
Really stop for the defense.
boy, King with another 6 yards on that carry.
It's amazing how they're just able to just keep running. You look at Rowlett's defense. They are crowded in there.
He's out rolling out for passes. Norwood, boy, makes a nice move. Still looking. Now he's going to tuck it. He loses the football, but I think it rolls out of bounds. So Owls will maintain possession. But more importantly for Rowlett's defense, a loss of 2 on the play.
Well, you know, he looked up to throw that ball, and Rowlett was not confused at all. Their defensive backs were all setting back there. There was nobody to throw it to.
3rd down for the Owls.
Russell had the opportunity to make a big play. He just got his fast feet by the quarterback right there. You know, he's a running quarterback. He's like a running back out there.
3rd down and long. Handoff to King to the left side. He's going to get about 4, but they're going to be well shy of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down, but again, probably in that no man's land that we always talk about, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and go for it here. It's 4th down and about 5. Although it looks like they may be bringing the punt unit on. So going to try to pin Rowlett deep again, it looks like.
Well,
Ball is at the Eagles' 34-yard line.
they're going to try to kick a field goal here.
Oh, it is a field. You're right. This is going to be a
51
51-yarder from the left hash. 51 yards. Here we go. The kick is up, and it's going to be no good. Wanted to get a little bit of height, a little bit under it, so
Hey,
the distance was almost there.
They
But
trust him, obviously.
so a 51-yard field goal attempted. Boy, I tell you, that's interesting too, Bobby, because Rowlett's going to have pretty good field position now as well. So, but they wanted to give the kicker a try, and
You know, you're on the 34, so it'd been like you're going for it. And if you think your kicker could get that, that's pretty impressive.
getting a little low on the kick. It looked like the distance, I mean, it hit around the back of the end zone, so the distance was almost there. It just needed a little bit of air under it. But again, Rowlett's going to start now 1st and 10 from their own 34. There's a snap, the handoff to Crow up the middle. He's going to be hit and dropped after a gain of about 4 yards. So Crow back in the game at running back for the Eagles. Again, the turnovers have been what's plagued Rowlett here in this game. They've got 3, got 2 fumbles and an interception.
Yeah, that's been the difference in the game for Rowlett.
Really has. 2nd down here, and they're going to run the option. Ellison with the ball. He's going to keep it. Oh, it gets tripped up.
Oh, good play.
Yeah, it really was, because it looked like they had, he still had the option of the pitch man. And guess who the tackler is? It's Zaylen Reynolds for the Owls.
He's back in, making a play. You got to know where that guy's at. And he's got green shoes to let you know. I mean, he's sitting out there and said, look, here I am. Come try to block me.
A 3rd down and 3 coming up here for the Eagles as we are inside of 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. There's the snap. Ellison looking to throw it. He's got time. Now the pocket collapses. He's going to throw it out and just really overthrows his intended receiver. And I say overthrows, he led him a little too much. Pass falls incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. And let's see what Rowlett does here.
I mean, I think Ellis had the 1st down. If he would have just ran the ball, but he gets right to the line of scrimmage right here. Watch, he has it. He has it right there, and he stops to throw it. Now you're at 4th down. You have to punt from here.
Well, we'll see. This is one, again, Ellison is in punt formation. He is your quarterback, so again, let's see if they do indeed punt it here, if this may be some type of a fake. We got a delay of game call here, perhaps, as it looks like the play clock's at 0. That's going to move him back
Offense.
5 more.
5-yard penalty, repeat 4th down.
Well, if you were thinking about going for it here, it's out of the question now. You have to punt this ball away.
Yeah, 4th and 9 here after the delay of game penalty.
And the Owls are just too good at running the ball, so they just keep eating that clock. You can't give them a short field.
Oh, and that snap goes over Ellison's head. So here's a little bit of trouble. Garland after it here. Ellison's going to pick it up. He's just going to throw it deep, and that's a smart play. And Garland's just going to not catch it, but it's smart for him to throw because now instead of being way back down there, at least Garland's going to have the ball.
Pass. That's exactly right.
Yep.
Smart play. Man, he's got a strong arm. He just launched that 35, 40 yards.
So we have now seen both teams with a snap over the punter's head.
Just look how far he threw that ball, all the way to the 40.
Here's a look at Ellison there, and not much you can do there, young man, when the snap goes over your head. He did really the best thing he could have. Yeah, absolutely he did. I'll still have it, of course, in Rowlett territory, but, better at the 36 than at the 2. So there's the snap, there's the handoff to King, cuts it back inside, got some running room here, tracked down from behind by big number 92, but that's another big run for King of 12 yards.
92 marking for the defense. But not before another Owls first down.
Well, just you see that offensive line just making those lanes. It's just really nice work.
There's a snap handoff to King again, cuts it back inside again.
Way up the middle.
Gets inside the 20, a gain of about 7 more.
Boy, big old Smalley landed on him though right there. When he lands on you, you know you've been landed on.
He's going to have to come out of the game for a play, however, as he did lose his helmet. But yeah, here's the run, and just like you said, look at Smalley.
You see how the Owls line up. It doesn't look, they only have one guy in the backfield, but it's really kind of deceiving when you look at it because of how many guys they have on their offensive line. Then they have the slot guy right there as well. So they got about 7 guys, 8 guys on that offensive line, lead blocking. It's a power offense, running offense.
Yeah, an interesting play there. I mean, Rowlett, it looked like they had King dead to rights. And, it looked like they almost overran the tackle, and King slipped right through 2 Rowlett defenders. Penalty flag comes out at the end of this game, so you're going to see some kind of, taunting or unnecessary roughness or something here at the end of this thing.
Against the Owls, too.
Personal foul call here against Garland. So again, they were driving. They would have had a 1st and goal inside the 10, but now this 15-yard penalty. Let's see what happens now.
Now, it still should be 1st down, right? I mean,
yeah, it'll be 1st down, but it's a 1st and goal now from the 23.
That's right. Look how sneaky he is. He don't go down easy, does he?
Foul. Off.
Oh, right there. There's the push.
It wasn't much of a push, but that is definitely where the call took place for sure. So, yeah, it's going to be 1st and 10, not 1st and goal. So, Al's back now at the 24.
Now, look at their offense, how it's set up right there. They've got, it's a power offensive alignment there.
And off to King up the middle again for 3 yards.
King out near the 20.
Boy, the big game for King continues. He is now over 200 yards in the game.
Yeah, that's impressive. He needs some oxygen. I mean, he's been running a lot. 209 yards, 20 carries, 30 carries.
And he's going to this time get one break because Norwood, the quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to be thrown down inside the 20 at about the 19. Boy, took a hard tackle there from number 31 of the Eagles, Jabril Betts. And once again, third down for the Owls.
Yeah, that's just a designed run. See him tucking that ball to the left. Boom. Big, hard hit.
Yeah, and the Owls just going to let the clock run out here to end the third quarter. We've got 10 seconds remaining. So, you know, again, not a whole lot of fireworks. And, you know, the biggest story probably of this third quarter, Bobby, is the two missed opportunities for Rowlett. You know, the fumble inside the 5, right, when they were driving in to cut the lead in half, and then that interception when they were in Garland territory as well. So the two turnovers hurt Rowlett. We've come to the end of 3. Our score, Garland 14, Rowlett nothing. We'll be back after these messages.
In the third quarter.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter. See some split screen action there. Great job by our director here at GRS TV, and you can see that nice split screen there. And Owls with a third down and 5 as we come back to live action.
As we start fourth quarter, third down and 5. Owls.
Big play here for the Rowlett defense. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off on the draw to King. Breaks the tackle. He's going to be close, but short by about 2 yards. So it's going to be 4th down and 2. So let's see what Garland does. Now, they just attempted a 51-yard field goal, Bobby.
That's
So do
right.
you have, you know, bring the field goal unit on to try again, or do you keep the offense on?
I mean, I think you get 2 yards here, but they're going to bring him on and see what he can do.
Yep, here comes another field goal attempt for the Owls. They're going to try it here. This one, albeit much shorter. You're looking at about a 34-yard attempt at the field goal here, you know, versus the 51-yard attempt a while ago. So again, the holders at the 23, so let's make that a 33-yard attempt. Here we go. There's a snap and hold. The hold is good. The kick is up. It's got plenty of distance, but, oh, and it is good. It is between the uprights, so a 33-yard field goal good for Garland. They have extended the lead. Our new score now, Garland 17, Rowlett nothing. We'll keep it here. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, let's talk a little bit about the standings in this game, or, you know, the standings in the district for 9-6A. And again, Garland comes in on top all alone. They're 2-0 right now, so they're looking to move to 3-0 in district play if they can hold on, you know, to the 17-0 lead right now. But, you know, after that, you've got Lakeview sitting at 2-1, you know, with their big win over South Garland. But then you've got the two Wiley schools, Wiley East and Wiley. They're both sitting at 1-0. They've each had a bye the last 2 weeks, so that's why they've got one game less than everybody
East
else.
over there is winning 32-10 against Saxe right now, late into the third quarter. So it's going Wiley East's way that direction, and then Rowlett, you know, at 0-2, and now, boy, it's, if something doesn't happen pretty quick here in this fourth quarter, you're going to have a 0-3 Rowlett Eagle.
Yeah, if Rowlett falls to 0-3, if they, you know, they can't come back in this game, it's going to be real difficult. Now, granted, you know, there's 8 district games this year instead of 7, you know, with the addition of Wiley East, but still, you start 0-3, and you've dug yourself a pretty big hole.
Yeah, you're down there with South Garland at that stage. Everybody else is still in the middle with 1-1s.
Another deep kick is going to be taken by Brox at the 3. Good to see him back in the game. And a nice return out across the 22, about the 25-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will start 1st and 10.
Well, you know, you look at the offense here for Rowlett. They've put up 163 yards, 13 first downs, 107 yards on the ground. You know, 60 yards in the air. they've kind of spread it around. They've had a pretty good second half. They just have had bad situations with putting the ball on the ground and interceptions.
Yeah, the turnovers have been the problem, as we mentioned here in the second half. They've got 3 total for the game, but 2 here in the third quarter. And here's a low snap, and the ball is on the ground. And, boy, Colo's going to go down right there. Wow. And just like that, you know, they're lucky that Colo was able to pick that one up. But look who it is, Zaylen Reynolds again. Watch as a low snap there. Colo drops it.
Yeah, I think what they were going to do is run the Wildcat right there. They have a Colo in. And he took off running. But there again, you see number 22, Reynolds, flying to the ball.
That's going to be a loss of 11 yards. So now you're sitting at second down at 21. And Colo's still in at quarterback. Again, he played quarterback for him last year some. Handoff this time goes to number 2. And, of course, Devonta Crow, he's going to pick up about 6 of those yards back, set up a third down and 15 now for the Eagles.
Down by 14, moving on the defense.
They just going with a little change of pace here with a Colo at quarterback. I mean, I don't think Ellis was hurt. You know, the last play he was in was that punt.
Right.
That went over his head, and he had to throw it out of the end zone. I don't think he got hit there.
Third down 15. Colo's still at quarterback. There's a snap, looking to throw it. He's got some time. Now the pressure's coming. He's going to try to step up and run. Makes a nice cut. He's going to pick up a first down out of this. And a lot more. Still on his feet, and then finally pushed out of bounds around midfield. If you're Garland's defense, you can't have that on 3rd and 15.
Yeah, and that's probably why they put a Colo in there, because he can run the ball, and they haven't been able to throw it. And so maybe they just wanted some athleticism out there, you know, taking the snap, and maybe they can pick up yards like this and get that first down, and that's what they did here. Just a little change pace.
Yeah, great run there by Colo, and that's going to be a first down for Rowlett in Garland territory. And let's see if that gets something firing here for the Eagles on offense. They're going to, a lost ball again by Crow. Bad handoff that time, I think, from Colo to Crow, and Crow able to fall on it, but they're going to lose a couple yards.
Yeah, that's the new quarterback coming into the game, not used to it. He was going to pull the ball. That's what happened. He thought, maybe I'll pull the ball, the RPO. And they're not used to, you know, how they hand that thing off. It's always a dangerous play, though, when you run that RPO like that. Quarterback's going to pull it out. The running back thinks you're handing it to him. He holds on too tight, slips out of both your hands.
Second down 13 now for the Eagles. There's a snap. Colo got to keep it himself. Looks like a designed run for him. And boy, he breaks through there. Another good run for Colo, all the way down to the 41. So that is a gain of 10. Now there is a penalty flag sitting out here around the 49. Boy, that's a holding against Rowlett and Bobby. If my memory serves correct, I think that's the first holding call we've had in the game.
Now, you know what? If that's probably right, but we sure have seen a lot of procedure calls.
We have. Yeah, procedure's been the call du jour tonight, but
yeah,
you know, typically you'll see, you know,
quite
each
a few
side
holdings,
gives,
yeah,
you know, several holding calls. I think that's the first one we've had tonight. So that will negate the good run by Colo, and that's going to move the football back into Garland into Rowlett territory now on their end of the field. They're going to mark it at the 41. So it's going to set up second down and 21 now.
Well, this is where it's hard. Now you got a Colo playing quarterback. You use him as a runner, but we haven't seen his arm yet. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult to get.
There's a snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Colo's looking to throw it. He's throwing it deep. It was a wheel route, but he overthrows the intended receiver. That's number 4, Isaac Lara. But boy,
they
right
had him
idea.
wide open.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boy, you wonder if Ellison's throwing that ball, if he's able to connect. But not a knock on Colo at all. He just hadn't played quarterback the whole game.
That's right.
God, look at him wide open and just misses him. So third down and 21 now for the Eagles.
mean, he did get the first down on 3rd and 15 last time, but I'm not sure you want to be doing that all the time here.
Exactly. Cole rolling to his right, looking to throw it, looking to throw. Oh, he loses the football. And I think Garland may have recovered it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, they did. That's the 4th turnover of the game for the Eagles. Boy, and I don't think anybody hit him. I think he just dropped it.
With the recovery for the Owls.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see right here what happens here. He had good blocking. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it
he
did
got
get
slapped
hit.
out.
Yep, it did.
You got to hold that thing tight.
Well, I didn't see who that was, but a great defensive play. It may have been number 45, Tamarcus McNeil, that slapped, or there, maybe Gabe Williams. Big play, and the 4th turnover of the game for the Eagles, and they've got to hold Garland here without points. Handoff. It is, I believe, Timaeus James in the game. That's number 5. We saw him come out earlier limping, but he is back in the game now, running back. He gains 2 on that carry.
Yeah, now the time is starting to be of the essence right here for the Eagles. I mean, they tried something new, put a Colo in there at quarterback, see what happens. But now you've got to stop the run. You got to get a quick 3 and out here.
Another handoff. And tripping that time was James, and he's going to fall forward across the 30 to about the, well, they're going to mark him right on the 30, it looks like. So a gain of about 4 more. It's going to set up 3rd down and 4.
3rd down for the Owls.
Boy, he gets low and slips right through there, doesn't he?
Spotted at the 30.
Well, interesting. You would think Garland would let the play clock run down and run time, but they snap it in a hurry, and this time James going to be swallowed up and lose a yard on the play. So it's going to be 4th down and 5. Let's see if Rowlett chooses to call a timeout here.
Yeah, they snapped that ball with 15 seconds left on the clock.
Let's see if they may even come on for another long field goal attempt here.
You know what? Maybe they're just practicing this. I wouldn't put it past their coach. He's a pretty smart guy, and he's giving his guys some opportunities. No.
Yeah, they're going to keep the offense on here on 4th and 5.
Ball spotted at the 31-yard line.
So they got to get to the 26 to pick up the first down. Now they're letting the play clock run down. Matter of fact, they may let it run all the way down and use a timeout here. Yeah, that's what they're going to do, it looks like.
They weren't even set up to run the play, and Rowlett runs that shift on their defense and gets them to jump off sides.
Wow.
There wasn't a play to even be run. I'm pretty sure this was going to go down to the clock, and they were going to call a timeout.
So the penalty yardage will mark it back to the original line of scrimmage, which was the 36. And yeah, they're going to attempt. No, they're going to punt it away here. Sorry, they're not going to attempt a field goal. They're just going to go ahead and punt it, try to pin Rowlett deep. This time, Rowlett will send a return man back, and they're going to wind the clock up as we are under 7 minutes to go now in the game. So another high kick. They're going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a bounce.
Down
Look at
it.
here. Garland's going to down it at the 2-yard line.
Wow, what a punt.
Well, I tell you what, if their kicker continues to play like this, that is a good weapon to have, Bobby. You know, that's his 2nd punt here in the 2nd half where they've pinned Rowlett inside the 10.
That and he attempt a 52-yarder, which means that you know that he can actually kick it, or you wouldn't have put him out there.
And then, of course, the 33-yarder that was good.
One, yeah.
So Rowlett's going to start this drive from their own 2-yard line. Let's see, looks like Okolo is still in at quarterback, I believe. No, he's coming out of wide receiver, so Ellison back in.
Ellison's back in.
Yep. So as you said, maybe just to change the pace on that last series, see if they could get anything going offensively. But here we go, 1st and 10 at the 2. They're going to hand the ball off and hit right at the line of scrimmage, I believe. Yeah, he gets out of the end zone. I believe that's Jermias Benson back in at running back. Maybe a yard there on the carry. Let's see, now they have a spot. No, I take that back. No gain on the play, so nothing. That was Benson, and no gain on the carry. 2nd down and 10. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Benson again. He gets hit at the goal line.
That's a safety.
Let's see if that's a safety. Did he get out? Nope, that's a safety. So Garland tackles Benson in the end zone, and that's 2 more for the Owls.
Wow, I mean, where did that come from? I mean, Garland, boom. I mean, that's just straight up nice, beautiful hit. Met him in the gap.
That was Jeremy Carcamo. You know, we saw him with that big form tackle earlier, and once again, a big hit there for the safety.
The Eagles have been able to run the ball. It's not like they haven't ran the ball good tonight, but that was 2 great plays by the Owl defense. I mean, that is a form tackle like nobody's seen before.
So our score now 19-0. Rowlett's going to have to kick this one away. Yeah, with the free kick after a safety, they'll be kicking from the 20-yard line. They can choose to kick it from a tee, or they can punt the ball. It's their choice. Boy, time really becoming a factor now. Rowlett still with all 3 timeouts, but 6:10 remaining in the game, and they're down by 3 scores. And really, Bobby, again, you know, the 4 turnovers have been the killer tonight for Rowlett.
Yeah, there was a time in the 3rd quarter that you thought Rowlett was going to have a chance to come back and get in this game, and they were driving in the ball. They were throwing the ball nice, moving down the field, and it just has not happened. I mean, the Owls have found a way to get the ball back all 3 times.
So kicking off a tee from the 20 on the free kick. And it is a deep kick. It's going to be taken at the 25-yard line. Here comes the return.
25-yard line.
There's number 18 for the Owls, still on his feet, and need to go ahead and blow the whistle here before too long. Here's a penalty flag that comes in as well. That was Keelan Davis on the return, and we will check the flag.
Yeah, you got to whistle it dead early because people get hurt.
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
your legs all tied up and people jumping on you. You can't have that going on.
Got legal use of hands here against the Owls. There's your block in the back call against Garland, so that's going to push him back inside the 40. We'll start this drive from the 36, but again, more importantly, half a quarter to go in this ball game. Rowlett with all 3 timeouts, but they've got to have a stop here and you know, get the ball back as quick as they can.
Yeah, maybe a turnover, anything. You've got to have something happen quick for you. You're down 19. You have to have 3 touchdowns to win the game.
There's a snap. The handoff coming outside here to the right
King gets the call.
is King. Well, he has been the workhorse in this game for sure.
26 Gore for the defense.
Gain of about 3 on that. So he's got 33 carries now, 213 yards and 2 touchdowns. 33 carries in the game.
He has just really been the workhorse, man. You got to know his number.
Yeah, here's a look at the play again.
I mean, if you're Rowlett, you got to know where he's at, and you got to know where he's going to go.
Got an injured Eagle on the field right now. Hopefully just a cramp. We talked about the beautiful night tonight. Yeah, it looks like it is a cramp indeed, and that's a good sign.
Let's give him a
Talked
hand.
about a beautiful night, but it is still warm here for late September. So the high was about 97 today, and it's still, I guarantee you, pretty warm down there on the field right now.
Yeah, that turf out there gets warm. You know, these guys will go through like 2 pair of cleats this year because when they play on that turf, the turf is so hot, it melts the glue that holds your cleats on your shoes.
Yep.
And they'll end up having to go through maybe 2 or 3 pair of cleats.
Second down and 7, handoff to King once again. He is able to push forward for maybe 2 more, so it's going to be 3rd down at about 4. Rowlett not using any of their timeouts.
Gore for the defense.
Maybe saving them for the offensive side of the ball, thinking their defense is going to come up big here on 3rd down and 5. Well, it'd be interesting to see. Of course, Garland wants to keep it on the ground, but it'd be interesting to see if they try play action here. We have not seen many passes from them tonight. I think only 4 attempts, if I remember right.
I doubt they're going to throw it now. There would be no reason. You got to run the clock.
Yep, here we go. It was play action.
Here we go. He's going to run it.
Norwood's going to try to get outside, and a good job by Rowlett's defense to not let him escape. Gain of maybe 1 on the play, but it will be 4th down.
It's probably a good idea for Norwood to take off running too. There was just nobody was open. I mean, they just really covered it up well. I'm pretty surprised that they're snapping the ball with 15 seconds on the clock. You know, they could be running it all the way down before they snap it.
Rowlett does use a timeout here, so why don't we take just a quick break. Our score, Garland 19, Rowlett nothing. Fourth down and 4. The Owls in punt formation. There's a snap, and the kick is away. There's a low line drive punt. It's going to bounce here and picked up by Rowlett's Brox. Well, not typically what you want to do here. Brox thinks he can make something of it, and he's going to lose yardage back to the 17. Boy, that is so dangerous, Bobby. A Garland defender was right there.
I mean,
but
separated by 1 or 2 yards.
Exactly. So Rowlett going to be back on offense. They only have 2 timeouts remaining now, 4:36 left in the game, and they trail by 19.
Well, you know, we saw Olsen throw some deep bombs down the sideline all throughout the game, and I'm wondering if that's what they're going to set up and do here. They're just going to see what they can do, throw it deep, see if they can get a quick one.
Ellison in the game. You do see 3 receivers to the top of the screen.
He just has to have time to throw it. There's been a lot of pressure on him.
Oh, here comes a man on late as well.
What in the world was that?
I think they may have had to use another timeout. While they sure did. So their second charge timeout, as they didn't have enough players on the field. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, that one was interesting because you come in, you just now getting the ball. It's first down, and then you had 40 seconds set up there, and then right at the last second before the ball was snapped, somebody tries to run onto the field. So you have to do that or you take a penalty.
So they use their second timeout. They've got 1 remaining in the ball game, and again, gives us a chance once again to talk about Keontae King of the Garland Owls. Boy, what a big night for him, Bobby. 34 carries, 215 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
He's been their entire offense.
Yeah, he really has.
I mean, you look at he has 215, but their total offense is 265.
Fakes the handoff. Here comes the pressure from Ellison. Boy, and that pass almost picked off. I'm not sure if the pressure caused the low throw on that one. But an incomplete pass, and second down and 10 coming up for Rowlett. Yeah, you're exactly right, Bobby. You know, they've just relied on King tonight. And as you said, no one else has really been able to get things going. You know, a lot of games here early in the season, you know, Norwood has also provided kind of that 1-2 punch, but even the quarterback has been bottled up tonight.
Yeah, he's only got 18 yards. He's had 13 carries, Norwood, we're talking. And then Keelan Davis, he's only carried the ball once.
Second down and 10. Ellison fakes handoff, throws it out. Wide receiver, wide open, and then tracked down from behind by number 22, Zaylen Reynolds. That is enough for Rowlett to have a first down.
See, Zaylen Reynolds, man, he has just been one great athlete, hasn't he? He plays right in the middle of the field. You can see where he's at. He plays a middle linebacker. Trying to support
not
the
very
run.
big at all, but
no.
As you said, he's all over the field. Well, here comes the pressure. Ellison escapes it to the outside, gets hit as he throws it. Pass is picked off. That may be the second interception of the night for number 24, Terrence Green. I think it is.
Number 24, Terrence Green.
That's a nice play by the safety. Of course, that ball was thrown way up in the air. Kind of, you're in desperation mode, and you just kind of throw it out there. He's coming back from that safety spot over there and goes up, high points that ball. Makes a great play.
So 5 turnovers on the night. Look at Terrence Green there again. His second interception of the night. Look, he's holding it up too. I got 2.
Yeah.
That's 2 picks on the night. And again, 5 turnovers, really the undoing of the Eagles tonight.
First down.
Garland has had the ball on the turf a couple times, but have not lost any, turnover. So again, the turnover battle, 5-0 here in favor of the Owls. And when you win the turnover battle, most of the time you're going to win the game.
Absolutely, especially your defense just gets so exhausted out there. They've played a great game. They've only allowed Garland to score 19 points. That's pretty good. They've done their job. You just can't be throwing a shutout out there as an offense. You have to be able to support your defense and get some points on the board. They've just been on the field. Rowlett's defense on the field just way too much today.
Hand off to King, coming around to the right side, and he's going to be tackled once again after a short gain, and he's going to set up 3rd down and 5 again as we approach 3.5 minutes remaining.
3rd down, 5 from the 49.
So again, now they're going to let as much time run off the clock before the next snap, as we're at 20 on the play clock. And again, we'll be right at around 3 minutes when this ball is snapped.
Yeah, that's what they've been needing to do. Just let it go all the way down and then take that snap.
King handoff to the left, cuts it back to the right. He is going to have a 1st down, so a fresh set of downs now for Garland. And another 6 for Keontae King.
That's a chain mover. 1st down.
And I would imagine he's going to have a good night's sleep tonight.
I mean, he's got to be exhausted. These big old offensive linemen, they've been working pretty hard too. Let's give them some credit, man. They've been doing some pulling, and they run 5 to 6 yards every single play as well, and they get hit every play.
So Garland appears to be headed to 3-0 in district play. 5 seconds left on the play clock as there's another handoff to King, trying to get outside to the right.
That's 1st down. That's game right there.
Yeah, he's going to be pushed out of bounds, but that's going to be another, 16, 17 yards on that carry. And as you said, with the fresh set of downs, that will just about do it. You would think Garland can almost take a knee here for 3 consecutive plays and run out the clock. Watch the run here.
Yeah, 38 carries.
Woo.
That is a lot on a young man.
Yes, it is.
I wonder if he has a pitch count,
Yeah.
I mean, he's well deserved. He's 19. He's got it's 19-0. 2 minutes left. Maybe pull him out and let another guy run the ball a little bit. He's got to be tired.
Yeah, they hand it off to him again here and makes a couple of nice moves and then gets hit around the 24. So a gain of about 3 on that carry, and we should be under 2 minutes to go here in the game at the next snap. So again, Garland going to move here to 3-0 in district play. Rowlett's going to fall to 0-3. Again, not out of question. They could run the table at this point, end up 5-3 and still make it. But again, at 0-3, it's going to be tough.
Yes, you're right.
Ball is at the Eagles 23.
Yeah, but again, another good game, honestly, for Rowlett. The 5 turnovers really did them in tonight. And again, they've lost 3, their first 3 district games, but they have been in all 3 of them. As you see, Norwood on the quarterback keeper. And, again, Rowlett has not been fooled by that at all tonight.
Now, their defensive ends have been playing a really good game and not allowing Norwood to get on the outside of them. All the runs, we haven't seen a breakaway run.
We have not.
Usually if you have 35 carries and you have 226 rushing yards, usually it's because you've broke a 40-yarder, a 50-yarder here and there, but it's all been 7, 8, 10 yards a carry.
King up the middle. That's going to be another first down, so that will definitely be the game right there. They're pushing him. He's inside the 5. It's going to be first and goal. But again, it's not going to matter at this point. They can take a knee. And I doubt Rowlett even going to worry about that last time out.
I have Velazquez, that number 71. He is just a workhorse. Watch him just work. Oh, man, that was a big hit. But look at him rushing and pushing right there. They haven't ever stopped. They get on their block, and they just start driving their feet like they're just driving that power sled in practice.
So, again, first and goal at the 5 here. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to King. And well, he's going to be down to the 1. And it's going to be second and goal at the 1, and we're going to wind out. That should be the last play of the game. I doubt Garland will even take a snap here. They'll just walk to the sideline and get ready to shake hands at the 50. That's indeed what they're going to do. So 19-0 going to be our final tonight. Look at Keontae King right there, and they may have to kind of help him across. Look at him. He just got to drop those shoulders. You know he's exhausted.
You know how sore he's going to be when he wakes up tomorrow? It's going to be unbelievable. That's why I was wondering why they would just keep rushing him.
Well, he had a monster game tonight for the Owls. As you hear the horn sound, I think officially Keontae King, 39 carries, 245 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So as the teams come to the center of the field to shake hands, our final score tonight, Garland 19, Rowlett nothing. We'll see you next time on GRS TV.